I'm Amy Anderson for the OptionRally News Team, and we want to wish you a very loving Valentine's Day. Now let's take a look at the global market highlights and news that all traders and investors should be aware of. U.S. retail sales miss expectations. Burger King and Pepsi catch traders' attention, and gold breaks $1,300. Let's take a quick look at what's happening in the global markets now. The U.S. stock market rebounded as traders shrugged off a pair of disappointing economic reports. Retail sales data for January declined 0.4% versus 0.1% as they related to weather, while the U.S. witnessed record cold and storms for the last 60 days, with most of the East Coast buried under snow and ice. Unemployment claims increased by 8,000 to 339,000 for the week ending February 7th, from earlier rises of 331,000 in the prior week. Stocks started the day in the red but turned around as investors reported to the news of cable operator Comcast's $45.2 billion acquisition of Time Warner Cable. Comcast shares fell 3.8% in early trade, while Time Warner Cable jumped 6.8%. Meanwhile, Pepsi announced a climb in fourth quarter profits along with fast food chain Burger King. Pepsi's shares fell 2.9% on the news, while Burger King's stock climbed 1.3%. Investors were also betting that recent soft data in the U.S. could see the Federal Reserve push back the timing of reductions to its bond buying program. At the closing bell, the Dow Jones climbed 63.65 points, or 0.40%. European stocks closed mixed as gains on Wall Street encouraged some traders to put aside disappointing results from a raft of blue-chip companies. Frankfurt's DAX 30 rose 0.60%, and the CAC 40 in Paris gained 0.17%. But London's FTSE 100 index ended the day 0.23% lower at 6559.42 points. Asian markets are trading on mixed note today on the back of mixed inflation data from China. China's consumer price index remained unchanged at 2.5% in January. Producer price index fell by 1.6% in January against a decline of 1.4% in December. In the foreign exchange market, the European single currency climbed 1.3667, the euro firmed to 82.18 British pence, while the pound rose to 1.6631. The strongest performer of the day was the pound, that climbed on positive comments from the BOE as Carney upgraded growth and the inflation report showed a healthy recovery. The Australian dollar tanked after a jobs report showed a jump in unemployment numbers. The US dollar remained in the red after retail sales missed expectations and unemployment claims climbed. Moving to the commodities market, where the surprise was gold breaking the resistance level at 1,300 to climb to trade at 1,301, but settled at 1,296. There were no market clues to push gold upward except a shift in sentiment to risk-off mode, the lackluster data from the U.S. Traders are trying to predict if these disappointing numbers will be enough for the Fed to halt their tapering program. Natural gas broke the $5 price level after the EIA inventory showed that supplies fell more than expected as the polar vortex has kept the U.S. snowbound and frozen since the first of the year. Traders had pushed gas to a record high just a week ago, but it declined as the weather seemed to turn a bit warmer. That was until a record storm rolled into Georgia and moved northward, blanketing the entire East Coast. Over 40% of the homes in the U.S. are heated using natural gas. Crude oil gave up gains to trade at $99 after breaking 2014 records, moving above the $100 price level on Monday and Tuesday. This is Amy Anderson from OptionRally signing off. Follow me on Facebook and watch for our new financial terms of the day and our weekly event news. Have a wonderful Valentine's Day and see you on Monday.